Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do this simple but really effective pattern. This is really pretty. I love the way that the squares here tilt off to the side and they make that little diamond shape. And you also get this diagonal pattern running all through your blanket. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Now the stitch count for this is 10. And then you need to add an extra 9. Do as many sets of 10 as you want, then add an extra 9 stitches to it. So the extra 9 stitches is to keep your pattern symmetrical. The stitch count is 10 and then add 9. Now you just do as many sets of 10 until it's as wide as you want it to be, and then you'll add an extra 9. Now, I said earlier the extra 9 is to keep the pattern symmetrical, so that you start with 6 UK treble crochets and you end with 6 UK treble crochets. All you do for a slip knot is just make a loop like this. Bring the yarn to the back, put your hook under it, almost like a little belt buckle, and then just pull it tight like that. Don't pull it too tight. If you can't do that, then just lay it down and tie your yarn on by hand. And we're going to do a chain in sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now do as many sets of 10 as you want and don't do your chain too tight. Now we're going to add an extra 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And this is going to keep the pattern symmetrical. So you have the same pattern at the beginning as you do at the end. So we're going to do UK treble crochets. If you're in the USA or another country, this is a double crochet for you. We're going to go into the 4th stitch in the chains. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So into the 4th stitch, yarn over and go in there and pull through, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. Now the chain, the stitches that we skipped, makes your first treble crochet, and that'll take 3 stitches off that extra 9 that we put on. And this is why you put extra stitches on. It's to cover for the ones here and the ones to keep the pattern symmetrical. So we've got 1, 2, we need 6 into the next 4 stitches, 1 into each stitch. So we've got 6. So 1 into this stitch. So the chain makes 1, that's 2 and that's 3. This one's 4, 5 and 6. Now you'll only have 6 at the beginning and at the end when we do this line. The ones in between are just sets of 5. You're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the 3rd stitch do a UK treble crochet, and that's a USA double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to wrap around this post. We're going to do 3 treble crochets around that stitch, and that's what's going to make that little block tilt on its side. So yarn over and around there, that's 1, 1 more, that's 2, and 1 more, that's 3. Now you're going to skip 2 stitches, skip 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to do 5 treble crochets along So skip 2 and you're going to do 5 treble crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And you get this. We're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and into the third one you're going to do that little box there again. So yarn over, skip 2, do a treble crochet, and it makes it go at an angle, chain 2, 1, 2, and go 3 times around that post. That's 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2, 1, 2, and then do 5 treble crochets. So skip 2 stitches and do 5 treble crochets in a line. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2, 1, 2, do your treble crochet, chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to do that little box again, yarn over and 3 times around this post. That's 1, around that post, that's 2, and around again, that's 3. You're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and you're going to do 6 treble crochets along. So skip 2 and you should have 6 stitches left. You're going to put 1 treble crochet into each stitch. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more makes 6 on the end, and that's what you should have. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your first treble crochet. So you're going to do 1 treble crochet into each of these stitches, and you should have 6, so that counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2. You're going to do a UK double crochet into the chain. Do you remember you done the chain 2 of that little block? Into here you're going to do a double crochet. If you're in the USA, that's a single crochet for you. So in through there, do your double crochet in that chain, chain 2, 1, 2, then you'll do 5 treble crochets along. Do a treble crochet into each one of these stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet into the chain, go into that little chain of 2 there and do a double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, and do 5 treble crochets along. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You chain 2, 1, 2, go across the top of your little box and double crochet into the chain space, into the chain space, and do a double crochet. And if you're in the USA, that's a single crochet for you. Chain 2, 1, 2, and you'll put a treble crochet into each of these 6 stitches. You've got 6 on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 into that chain of 3, 6. So now remember, at the beginning and the end you've got 6 treble crochets, and this is what you have. You've got this lovely little box in there. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to build one of these boxes over here. So you're going to skip 2 stitches and do a treble crochet into the 3rd stitch. So skip 2 and do a treble crochet into this stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, and put 3 treble crochets. And if you're in the USA, that's double crochets for you. 3 treble crochets around that post. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to skip 2 stitches and into the chain space put 2 treble crochets. So skip 2 stitches and put 2 treble crochets into the chain space. We're going to build a 5 treble crochet block. So that's 1, 2, put 1 into the top of that double crochet, 1 into there, and put 2 into the chain space, and that gives you 5, 1 and 2. So you've got your 5 treble crochets along, and you've got your treble crochet here with your little block. Now don't worry about it sticking up like that. When we do the next row, we'll catch that corner. So you're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and do a treble crochet into the 3rd stitch. So skip 2 and do a treble crochet. 1, going to chain 2 and build that little block. 1, 2, and 3 times around that treble crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2, 1, 2, put 2 treble crochets into the space, 1 into that stitch and 2 into that space to make 5. So skip 2 stitches and go into the space, 1 and 2, 1 into that double crochet and 2 into the chain space, 1 and 2. You're going to skip 2 and build that little box again. So skip 2, 1, 2, treble crochet into the 3rd stitch, chain 2, 1, 2, remember the chain 2, and then 3 times around, 1, 2, and 3 around that post. Skip 2 stitches and put your 2 treble crochets in that space, 1 in that stitch and 2 in that space to make 5. So that's 1 and you've got 2 stitches and your chain. You're going to skip the 2 stitches and do a treble crochet into the top of that chain of 3, into there, do a treble crochet, and there we go, and that's what you have, and that staggers your little block. So now we're going to do that chain 2 row where you chain 2 and go across here like this. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work around. So we're going to do another 2 chains. So we've done chain 3, that's your treble crochet. Now chain 2, 1, 2, that's to take you over to that chain space here in the block. Do your double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2. Now you're going to put a treble crochet into these 5 stitches. So we're repeating this row down here with the chains. So chain 2 and put a treble crochet into each of these 5 stitches. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet into that chain space there. That's your little chain of 2. Chain 2 and do a treble crochet into these next 5 stitches, 1 on top of each of these. And 5. You chain 2, 1, 2, do a double crochet into the chain of that little block, chain 2, 1, 2, and put a treble crochet into each of these 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet into the corner of your little block, chain 2, 1, 2, and do a treble crochet into the 3rd stitch in this chain. Count 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3, and do a treble crochet in there. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your first treble crochet. Turn around, you're going to put 2 into the chain space, so that's, you'll need 6 across here, because remember we have 6 at the beginning and 6 at the end. So that chain of 3 is number 1. Put 2 into the chain space, that's 2, another 1 makes 3. 1 into the top of that stitch, that's 4, and 2 into this chain space, it's 5 and 6. Now you'll only have 6 at the beginning and at the ends. All the ones in between only have 5. They only have 5 in between, but on the ends you've got 6. You're going to skip 2. So now we're going to build the blocks again, and that's what you're going to repeat. You're going to skip 2, do a treble crochet into the 3rd stitch along, chain 2, 1, 2, and build your block. That's 1, 2 and 3. Skip 2 stitches, so skip that one and skip that one, and put 2 treble crochets into the chain space. 1, 2, get some more yarn, 1 into the top of that double crochet, and 2 into the chain space. And these are the rows you'll just keep repeating. So it's a bit like you're building blocks on top of blocks, little blocks on top of big blocks, or rock around a block. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work around. So that's your first treble crochet, and we're going to crochet along to here, 1 into each stitch along. 1, that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, you should have 6 at the beginning, and 6. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then double crochet into the top of the little block, chain 2, and do your 5 treble crochets along. In between you'll have 5. At the ends, both ends, you'll have 6 treble crochets. And that's what you're going to do. You're just going to rewind the video after that, and you'll build your blocks again. You'll go down to that row. So the rows that you'll keep repeating is row 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then you'll do row 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives you that whole block, that one and those ones. And that's what you keep repeating. You'll just go back in the video and repeat the block row, that row, your block row and that row. Just keep repeating those rows over and over until your blanket is as big as you want it to be. Give this a try. I think you'll really like it. So thank you to everyone who's been going onto my coffee page and buying me a cup of coffee. I'll put the link underneath the video. It helps to support the channel. And if you want to support the channel through YouTube, you can click on the YouTube join button that's there. And otherwise, it's completely free to subscribe to the channel. Please click on the subscribe button. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything at all to subscribe to the channel. And I don't make any money from that either. So if you click on the subscribe button, it's completely free to subscribe to the channel. And if you click on the bell icon, you'll get a free little notification from YouTube when I put up another tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.